Right now, we are looking at the book The Mafia Manager by an anonymous author. This book has several lessons. How to get ahead in business without really trying, by The Godfather, written by an anonymous author. This is the opening statement in this book. You can get a lot more done with a kind word and a gun than with a kind word alone. Funny to say. The anonymous author in this book divided this book into 3 parts. And the first part talks about managing yourself. If you want to think as a mafia manager, you have to learn to manage yourself. Being selfish in career and in business, that means you have to think of yourself first. That's how mafia managers think. Even if it is an NGO or whatsoever, you have to first think of yourself. He just explained how this is how the mafia manager gets to make some very strong critical decisions. And then talks about acknowledging the capos. You have to know that there are those above you in the game, and then be submissive to them. Then it talks about office politicking business. So mafia managers acknowledge that there is such a thing as office politics, and he plays it very well, plays the game very well, knows those that he's meant to speak to and how to speak to them part time. Not just thinking that he's just a charity guy that is expected to be happy with everyone in the office and expected to just not be sensitive. A mafia manager acknowledges that there are enemies in a business, and in the office there are enemies. So a mafia manager that fails to acknowledge that is going to fall. And then in the closing chapter of this book, it talks about, he gives some axioms, basically some quotes, some wisdom quotes that helps one run business to have influence as a mafia manager. In part 2, he talks about managing others. A mafia manager knows how to hire. He's very skillful in that. You can see the breakdown in my YouTube channel when I go to that chapter. He elaborated that a mafia manager knows how to use soldiers. A mafia manager also knows how to trust secretary. According to him in this book, a mafia manager trusts his secretary more than his wife. In this book, the author gave some key roles that anyone that wants to be as successful as a mafia manager should have in his organization or should have as friend. He mentioned soldiers, he mentioned accountants, he mentioned lawyer, and some other roles. You can go through the breakdown of the book to have more knowledge about this particular part in this book. In the part 3, the author talks about the rest of it. Basically, the title of this part is the rest of it. It talks about capitalism, how the mafia managers think, right? Similar to what I said earlier about selfishness and about capitalism. They believe in capitalism. They believe in using people and dumping them. They believe in taking advantage of the dull ones, acknowledging that there will definitely be dull people, and then use them very well, then dump them. So in order for you to see the breakdown of this book, you can go to the live session of my YouTube channel and see the breakdown I did chapter by chapter, and note that this is for educational purpose. Our next book is The 10 Times Rule by Grant Cardone. The live is already up, and the summary will be posted by me very soon. Thank you so much for joining in.